Hi everyone, it's Maria, and today I wanted to talk to you about a couple things. First of all, it's been a year since I've been on YouTube, and that is pretty exciting. I didn't even notice my anniversary came up until I was watching somebody else's channel, and then thought, I think we started around the same time, and they're talking about their 1 year anniversary. And sure enough, I have been on here since August 25th. So thank you so much for being a part of my life for the last year. Thank you for all the good book recommendations. Thank you for the comments, the compliments, the encouragement. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's also been really cool to kind of have a document of my life for the last year. So that's kind of a cool thing. If you are thinking about doing a channel, even if you just want to do it for yourself, I think go for it because, yeah, it's been fun. I also wanted to share with you today, I was really excited. I've been kind of in a reading slump over the summer. There was just so much going on. And so I had picked up a lot of books. It'd taken me a while to get through them. But yesterday was the first day in a long time that I picked up a book and I read the entire thing through in a day. And I always love it when that happens because I don't necessarily plan it. It just happens and it's lovely. So the book that I want to tell you about today is Young Jane Young by Gabrielle Zevin. She is the same author who wrote Storied Life of A.J. Fikry. And I didn't realize when I looked her up on Wikipedia, she's also a screenplay writer, which makes sense because the two books that I read of hers read like screenplays. They could easily be made into film or TV adaptation. So if you're that kind of reader, I highly encourage picking them up. They are fun, quirky characters that you genuinely grow to care about. She also does a really good job of characters who have one life and then are trying to reinvent themselves because of something that has happened. And so this book in particular is about a young college age intern. You see different stages of her life and other people's lives that kind of meld into this story. But there's a college age intern who has an affair with the congressman that she's trying to work at getting reelected. And what I enjoyed about the story was it was told from different perspectives of the different women that play a part in the story. You read about it from the perspective of her mom, from her daughter, from the congressman's wife, from herself in both the past when this happened and the future. And I appreciated how that went down because it shows you how we react to the world as women at different stages in our life. The mom who is feeling insecure about her own relationships and value as a woman. And so she kind of projects that onto her daughter, giving her some kind of inferiority complexes. The daughter who, really looks up to her mom and has a good relationship, but then finds out that her mom makes mistakes just like everyone else and trying to figure out what that means to have a hero that is not perfect. I think I remember my husband telling me, "Your mom's not perfect." I was like, I know. Like he's like, nobody's perfect. You can't just hold all these people up and try and be exactly like them. And the congressman's wife who loves her husband, but also definitely plays that role of the political wife, and feeling like she has moved into an arena in life where she can both be invisible and visible when she wants to be, and realizing that at some point as a woman you become invisible. I don't know how old you are as you're watching this if you are a woman, but I remember kind of that transition time to I when I walk in a room, I'm like not the head turner person, anymore. When you get to a certain age, I'm not saying it doesn't happen and that I don't know. There's lots of mixed feelings as a woman as you grow older because you can feel more comfortable about yourself, and there is power in kind of being able to sit back and observe things, but at the same time, you can kind of miss that feeling of feeling beautiful and feeling like you can have a little bit of that cachet power. You hear about the intern, and I remember this really struck me hard because she's kind of more voluptuous, and the clothes that she has worn to this particular interview or first day on the job are a little bit tighter on her because of her body shape, and she kind of gets shamed a little bit about it. And even though she's very competent at what she does and she has great ideas, the first thing people look at is kind of her sex appeal and her body shape, and then people make assumptions about what that means about her intellect. And that was me. That was me in high school, just feeling like I can't hide my body unless I'm wearing like a huge baggy something. And but at the same time, I don't want that to be the first thing somebody thinks about me. However, there is power in that, and just that whole mixed bag of feelings. It just really was written about well in here. It made me think hard about that part of my life and how I look at other people with kind of the same issues. I'm obviously not going to tell you how it ends, but I was very satisfied with the ending. I felt like she did a really good job of presenting these characters and how they were making decisions, and realizing that life is a choose your own adventure. And you'll kind of get, there's even a little bit part of this where it's told like a choose your own adventure book. You realize that if you made one path, you can't go back and make another path. It was just really interesting. I highly recommend it. And I think if you want to do a pairing read, pick up John Ronson's So You've Been Publicly Shamed, which talks a lot about people who have had their entire reputations just demolished on the internet. We think about Monica Lewinsky, which she is referred to in here. And I remember watching the TED Talk that Monica Lewinsky did about being publicly shamed and what that does to you, especially as a young 20-something. Obviously, she happened before the internet became what it is. I can't even imagine what it would have been like now. But I highly recommend you pick this up, and also So You've Been Publicly Shamed, to read along with it. And then if you get a chance, watch Monica Lewinsky's TED Talk, which I will link below. It's just, it would be a good triple pairing to kind of think about how you treat people, how you treat yourself after you make mistakes. And yeah, so this is a great book. I recommend it, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.